First of all, thank you, Clive. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Leo, for your proposal to contribute to the ABC book. I'm Vassiliki Michou, Program Manager in Innovative Pedagogies at Sorbonne University, and I work for Plus European University Alliance. And we work together with Angela Prataviera and Zbyněk Tonar, and also Bartek Mihalovic for preparing this chapter on the localization of ABC for our alliance. So I'll start with a few words on the For You Plus Alliance strategy. So the alliance was founded in 2018, and it brings together 8 European public universities in order to strengthen the European vision, deepen the cooperation and mutual enrichment. And this by developing a new quality of cooperation in teaching, education, research, and administration. So this cooperation leads to the creation of a truly integrated European university system. It aims also to equip students and researchers with the knowledge and skills needed to address the global challenges while supporting the values of academic freedom and inclusivity. So the Plus Alliance has created a 10-year strategy expressing a collective commitment to build a comprehensive, research-intensive European university, outline the ambitions and the actions across the 4 main axes of our strategy that are education, research, innovation, and global outreach. I'll focus now a bit more on the education domain. So the 4+ Alliance developed a shared education strategy in order to enhance student learning, foster academic innovation, and support academic development. This framework really reflects the 4+ Alliance ambition to develop a high-quality research-based education, while supporting the educators with concrete tools, as ABC, to design joint courses, modules, programs, and in general learning experiences altogether. These education activities are also further enriched by mobility schemes that promote flexibility and international exposure. In order to enhance this education strategy, we also created the 4+ Virtual Center in Teaching and Learning. And I pass the floor to Angela.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Angela Prataviera. I was working at the University of Milan before for the 4+ Alliance. Now I moved to Bocconi University, but this work is part of what we have done for many years. So I'm here to continue this presentation. And we also prepared an educational framework within the educational strategy of the Alliance. And because we wanted to stimulate academic staff in using innovative pedagogies and try to move behind fixed curricula and support a more dynamic and adaptable learning experiences. So to achieve this, the Alliance has defined 6 key pedagogical approaches. For example, research-based education, transfer-oriented learning, active learning, and so on. And based on this, we also developed concrete tools, concrete materials, the 4U+ cards, which were inspired by the learning type cards, and they present on the front of the card, there is the definition of the pedagogical approach, and on the back of the card, there are examples connected to the use of the approach. And this framework, on one hand, helps students to acquire subject knowledge and also to develop transversal skills, but also to experience different approaches across institutions. And this led the foundation of the ABC LD at 4U+ training. So why are we at ABC? The ABC workshop, mainly for 3 reasons. Although the ABC workshop was widely adopted in all of our universities, it needed to be fully fit with the 4U+ context. So first, we needed to share priorities. So having flexible and student-centered learning pathways. And so the workshop that we developed later had to be aligned with the 4U+ strategy that Vassiliki explained and the 4U+ educational framework. Second, we needed also shared understanding of tools and also saying the same language in that, especially because we are the Alliance is 8 different universities with 8 different pedagogical approaches. and teaching traditions and institutional cultures that are very different. So a shared understanding was essential to preparing this workshop. And also we got inspired by the ABC that was developed at Sorbonne University to adapt also the needs of the Alliance.
So I continue about the key adaptations we did. Because of the international nature, as Angel said, of our alliance, we developed an online version of the ABC and Get 40+ training. So we kept, of course, the core structure of the original workshop and its interactive approach. And in the same time, we created new theoretical resources about pedagogy, introducing a pre-training phase. As our aim was also to create a living framework with the same common language for all participants and some background knowledge on pedagogy for our teachers, so that they can easily elaborate and discuss and also co-create. So, as Angela said, we customized the cards, the existing cards of ABC, and we created 6 new cards who also integrated completely the design of the whole training. We created a digital and collaborative environment. So we built the course on Moodle, and we linked it also to a digital blackboard, which is Draft.io, enabling so the interactivity and also the flexibility that could allow the participants to easily exchange and have access to all pedagogies. We also opted for a transnational blended design that allows the educators across the member institutions to co-design courses using a shared language while aligned with the 40+ vision and, of course, student-centered values. And I pass the floor to Zbyněk.
Thank you very much. Once more, good afternoon. I'm a teacher at Medical Faculty, Charles University Prague, and I do not work as an educational developer. I would rather describe myself as a ABC user who is trying to disseminate this technique among peers, among other teachers, after having personally tested it and benefited from its usefulness. And I'm showing examples from our department because formally it has not been that popular as it would deserve. And while teaching support centers offer these tools to teachers, I'm also trying to show how we can cultivate our workplace and how this ABC learning design can serve us from teachers' perspective. So thank you for this opportunity to connect with educational specialists. And as for this slide, Vassiliki already said that we enhanced the learning design with a new version of a storyboard. It's available in an online collaborative workspace, which proved to be highly useful during the COVID, when the universities were closed and the online meetings were the only opportunity to do anything actually at all. And there are tools to estimate the student effort according to the European credit transfer system, which is mandatory at most of the universities of our alliance. A strong impulse for our work was to need to prepare shared courses that are offered across the universities inside the 4U+ Alliance. And once doing that, the first pioneered shared courses where students from other universities can register for a course organized or offered by another university. So it's become apparent that the cooperation across universities is challenged by the fact that various pedagogical concepts are actually interpreted against the background of diverse histories, context, and administrative cultures. So even a common syllabus was quite challenging. So our one important enhancement from our side was the creation and integration of a shared glossary in a Moodle course dedicated to the ABC learning design. And it tried to explain some terms in pedagogy which are pretty common for you as educational specialists, but they haven't used to be that common for like regular teachers who some of them had no formal training in pedagogy. And if I may pass word to Angela, please.
Thank you. So we decided to organize the training into 4 phases in order to have a certain level of flexibility, but also an organized structure. So the first phase, phase 1, is an asynchronous introductory session. This moment is used to get to know the group and to make the group known the workshop and to align expectations. We also ask the group to fill a pre-workshop questionnaire, and also to allow the group to get acquainted with the digital platforms. The second phase was an asynchronous self-study phase where the participants engage with the For You Plus strategy, the For You Plus cards. We also had an introduction to the digital tools, so the Moodle where the training is held, and also participants were invited to complete a booklet with general information about the course or the module that they want to design or redesign, as well as its intended learning outcomes. This to create a sort of shared foundation before the practical part of the workshop. The third phase is the core of the workshop. It was a synchronous session, a collaborative synchronous session, where participants work in groups. We chose to use a Draft.io, as Vassiliki were saying, and also Zoom, and also Moodle. And during this phase, the participants were supported by facilitators, and also the participants had to choose 1 or 2 cards to include elements of the strategy in the For You Plus strategy in designing their course or module. And lastly, the first phase was a synchronous section dedicated reflection and feedback, where participants can exchange feedbacks among them, and also reflection about the process and the outcomes, also the design and the identification of the learning tools. And we thought that structured like this, the training could have given a lot of flexibility to our participants and encouraging more collaboration across institutions.
A short case study from my mother university. We provided Czech translation. We made the learning outcomes popular because we can really not think about, without in these times around 2020, it was still an idea that was not that common as it would deserve to be. We started to follow the example of other Alliance university members with organizing local workshop, and these help the teachers to prepare shared courses compatible across the For You Plus Alliance. So now we have hundreds of shared courses across the Alliance.
So a second study case from Sorbonne, we used ABC LDI For You Plus also for an Erasmus Plus project for food. The training was used at the very beginning of the project, so to co-design online courses, so that allowed also to strengthen the international collaboration of the group, and also to create sustainable online modules with activities and assessments that were supporting key skills. And last slide, I pass the floor to Zbyněk.
So this sums up our experience that we really had to build a shared pedagogical approach across diverse cultures and diverse universities. And ABC Learning Design was a strong tool, very universal, international, easy to follow, easy to be adopted by these universities. Thank you very much.